What's up, guys? This mobility routine is great for right when you wake up, right before you go to bed, after workout, okay, before workout, a rest day. Really, it's just a good full body movement routine. So we're gonna get straight into it. So first, guys, all we're doing, we're starting standing here. Okay, I'm going shoulder circles, and I'm gonna go as big as I can forward just for a couple seconds here. Okay, about 10 or 15 circles. Next, we'll go backwards. Same thing, as big as we can. Loosen the shoulders up a little bit. Next, we'll go across, and I'm alternating which arm is on top each time that I cross. So right on top, left on top. Okay, and then we'll go one up, one down. So we're just alternating here. Getting the shoulders warm a little bit, moving the scaps around. When we're done with this, okay, soft bend in my knees. I hinge my hips back a little bit. My elbows are bent, and all I'm doing, I'm just rotating here. So notice my eyes follow my hands. I'm trying to reach back as far as I can with that elbow. Moving the spine a little bit. Okay, now from here, next up, we're just going into some squats. Okay, so watch as I set my feet just right outside of my shoulder width. Okay, toes slightly pointed out. We're squatting down as low as we can. We're gonna hold it for a couple seconds each time. Okay, notice from here, I wanna have weight in my big toe, my pinky toe, and my heel each time that I squat. So back down, sitting as low as I can. Back down. A lot of times just moving around a little bit in the bottom of the squat feels good. So trying to push one knee over the toe, alternating with that. Something else that feels really good for me. Okay, as I'm in the bottom of my squat, I put my hands together. The outside of my elbows go to the inside of my knees. As I press my hands together, it drives my knees out, okay, pointing where my toes are pointing. Feels good on the groin here. Okay, and one more, we'll hold it down at the bottom. Whatever feels good for you here. Move around a little bit, open the hips up. Okay, now from here, you don't need a mat, but if you have one, okay, it'll be nice for the next couple ones. My feet are right underneath my hips, okay? Now when I go down, look, I'm squatting down, my hands go down towards the floor, and my heels come up, okay? What I'm trying to do here is as I straighten my legs, I'm trying to get my heels down towards the mat, okay, while maintaining my contact, my hands on the floor. I'm here, and then back down. So go on your own. We're gonna do 8 of these on your own. There's no rush here. Take your time. Each time that you straighten your legs, try to get your chest a little bit closer to your thighs. The closer your chest is to your thighs, the more of a stretch you should feel. Like normal, I've always lost count. So I'm gonna do 2 more here. And back down. After this, I'm gonna go into push-up position. We're getting into our world's greatest stretch here. So push-up position, my shoulders are right over my wrists. Now watch what I do. I bring my left leg all the way right up next to my left hand, and I drop my back knee. From here, my main focus is I'm trying to get my hips as close towards the floor as I can. So a lot of times people will be here, and their hips will be back. I want to go the other way. So squeeze your hips down towards the floor. Try to get your chest as forward and up as you can. Okay, so we're just holding this here for a couple more seconds. The next phase of this is I'm going to take the same hand of the leg that's in front. So for me, it's my left hand. I'm pressing this knee out, and watch, I'm going to be on the outside edge of this foot. So as I press the knee out, I'm on the outside edge of my foot, and my chest opens up towards the ceiling. Now from here, I take that same arm. So my left hand, my left arm, I'm reaching underneath my armpit on the right side. Then I reach up towards the ceiling, okay, and then back through. Just 5 of these on your own. Again, your eyes, follow your hands here. Trying to twist the spine a little bit. Okay, once you get 5, back to push-up position, and we'll go to that other side. So I'm bringing my other leg forward. Again, this first one, I'm just trying to get my hips as close as I can to the floor here. Okay, I'll go ahead, if you haven't already, pressing that knee open, okay? Again, on the outside edge of the opposite foot, so the right foot for me now. Notice my chest, as I press, my chest opens up towards the ceiling, and I drop my hips even lower to the floor. Okay, now I take my right hand, I reach underneath the armpit, I reach up towards the ceiling. Each time that I reach up towards the ceiling, I'm trying to get a little bit further back. Again, just 5 of these on your own. Now, when we're done, we're going to come into a pigeon pose next. So this is for the outside of the hip. Okay, so again, push-up position. I bring my knee to my chest. That same side ankle goes underneath and crosses the center line of my body. And then I'm down here on top of this front knee. Okay, now notice my back leg. I want to flatten that foot out. The further back I reach that foot, okay, the more of a stretch you should feel on the outside of this hip here. Now, common mistake with this stretch, a lot of times people will get a little bit lazy and sit on the hip. This takes the stretch away, right? So I don't want to sit on the hip. I want most of the pressure on my shin and the top part of my knee here. Go ahead and switch sides. Okay, so again, knee to chest, the ankle comes through. I drop that leg down and I stretch my back foot back, trying to reach as far as I can back behind me. Okay, we'll go ahead and relax there. Next, okay, I'm gonna face you here. You can stay right where you're at though. Okay, I'm going into an adductor stretch or a groin stretch. So watch what I do here. I'm sitting on one foot. So for me, it's my right foot. I straighten out my left leg. Okay. Now, a couple details here. I want both my hands on the inside of my knees. A lot of times people will go here, one in, one out. That takes away the stretch, which is against what we're trying to do. So both hands on the inside of the knees. You want a little bit of weight into the hands. If I sit all the way back, I lose the stretch. So a little bit of weight into the hands, and I'm reaching my hips back. Again, the further I slide out this foot, the more of a stretch you should feel in the adductor here. You want to intensify it a little bit. You walk your hands out, trying to get your chest a little bit closer towards the floor. And you walk it back. Go ahead and switch sides. Again, a lot of these stretches, guys, it doesn't have to be static. Moving around, adding a little bit of a bounce, a lot of times can make a huge difference in where you feel a stretch and how deep of a stretch you feel. Notice here my toe is pointing up towards the ceiling. So if I go here, okay, my knee doesn't bend this way, right? This is a little bit more focused on the adductor. If you roll that toe up, you'll feel a little bit more, okay, into the hamstring, and it's also just a little bit safer for the knee there. So we'll relax. Next up, okay, I'm back to facing the short side of my mat. I'm going a couple reps of cat-cow here. So what that looks like, I got my shoulders right over my wrists, okay? My hips are right above my knees. And the whole idea here, guys, is moving our spine between flexion and extension, okay? So cat-cow, I'm here. I'm opening my chest up towards the ceiling, okay? And then going in, I'm rounding the spine, moving slow here. Again, adding a little bit of movement. I like going side to side. And then back into the cat, back to the cow. On your own, we're going to do 3 more of these. After we get 4 or 5 of those in, from here we're in the same position. And watch what I do. I reach my right hand through my left armpit, okay, underneath my left armpit. So right hand goes underneath the left armpit. I flatten my feet out so that as I reach, I'm trying to get my right shoulder down towards the mat along with my head, and I'm here. Should feel this in the shoulder blade of the arm that you're reaching with. We'll go opposite side. And we'll go one more each side. Something that helps feel this stretch a little bit better is sitting my hips the opposite way of the position where my arm is. So for me, my right arm is through. If I sit my hips towards the right, I feel a little bit more of a stretch into that shoulder. Same thing here, my left arm is through. If I sit my hips towards my left side, I feel a little bit more of a stretch there. Good, and go ahead and relax. Next up, okay, just got a few left. We're going into a child's pose, into a cobra pose, okay? So child's pose here, I'm trying to sit on my heels. My arms are reached out in front of me, and I'm just rotating or alternating between this position, okay, and then coming forward here, hips forward into a cobra pose. I'm trying to open the front side of the body up, and then back to that child's pose. We're going to do 3 more each here. Again, add a little bit of movement in, see what feels good for your body. Do 1 more. Okay, last one here. We're going to be flat on our back. Now, as I sit down here, okay, notice I want my heels pretty close to my butt, and my feet are just outside of my hip width. Okay, so feet are a little bit wider than my hips. My hands are down to the side. All I'm doing, I'm reaching my hips up into a glute bridge. So there should be a straight line from my shoulder all the way to my knee, and I'm squeezing my glutes and the whole backside. We're just holding it here together. Good, really squeezing the glutes here. The hamstrings should feel it in the back a little bit. Just ending with a posterior chain iso here. And everything balanced out. Almost done, couple more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Thank you guys for hanging out and stretching with me today. Again, just a little bit of movement goes a long way, right? This is just a full body mobility kind of series here. I'm planning on putting together a whole bunch more of these. If there's anything that you want in terms of specific body parts, maybe mobility for the spine, for the hips, warm-ups for different body parts, leave them down in the comments. Make sure that you like this video. If you got something out of it, please subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.